Ryan, what's the most undeniable result you've gotten for a client from Skool that sounds fake but is real?
Honestly, it sounds insane, but I started working with this client when he had 10,000 YouTube subscribers. His only content method is posting Loom videos. He posts Loom on YouTube, not on a very consistent basis, but every 2 days, maybe 3 days. Sometimes he'll wait a week, so he doesn't follow any structure. And when we started working together, his community was at 15,000 MRR. He has only added 8,000 subscribers to his YouTube. Every video gets between 3 and 5,000 views, but his MRR has gone from 15,000 to 77,000 in just 6 months. So he's gone from running a just over six-figure business to almost $1 million community, adding 8,000 subscribers, still posting Loom videos, and only getting 3,000 to 5,000 views a month. To me, that's the best situation I've ever seen, and we've got the receipts. And now that we have historical data on Skool, you can literally see from the point when we started working together to where he's at now. And it's as simple as posting Loom videos, and he scaled it by 65,000, 66,000 MRR on top of his community. That is like the craziest thing I've ever seen on Skool. And like being able to see the behind the scenes was insane.
That's insane, man. That just goes to show you that views are not what matter. It's the quality of leads, is how you target your avatar, and it's speaking to the right people and doing the right systems and stuff like that. That's insane, man. Really kudos to you. Hats off, man. Hats off. Now, guys, if you've been watching Skool blow up and wondering, how are these guys printing money from free communities? This episode is the real source, okay? Today, I've got one of the top Skool creators on the planet, Ryan Duncan, in the house. He turned a free group into a machine that feeds his program every single day. And he's about to break down exactly how he did it. Ryan Duncan, welcome to the pod, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's really good. I'm here in Bangkok, Thailand at the moment for the Skool IRL event that we're hosting tomorrow, seeing a few awesome Skool Games winners and aspiring schoolers that are coming out to the event. And I'm feeling good. Went for a swim today in the pool. I'm loving it. I was very excited to have a chat with you and see what we come up with.
Amazing, man. Crushing it. For anyone who somehow doesn't know you yet, you've built one of the biggest Skool communities in the world. You're basically the Skool guy, and you've helped a ton of creators figure out how to turn free Skool groups into serious revenue. And I'm really pumped about this one because we're going to go deep onto two things, right? Everyone's asking about the freemium model you're running on Skool and the specific Skool hacks you're using to, that most never use, actually. And I'm curious, before Skool, what were you doing and how did you get into Skool?
To TLDR, what I was doing before Skool, I have a degree in film and television, and I did anything from, $300 photo shoots to $10,000 jobs. I was a supercar photographer that traveled Europe with a senior executive from Uber. I was an editor for Diary of a CEO, but they were all these shiny object things that I just made work to a different level. And I had complete procrastination and inconsistency with actually growing a business. I was a glorified freelancer with amazing credits and a resume that would go with it. So it helped me land the job and do the first part of it, which is getting that first client in literally every field that went with being a videographer and photographer and an editor. And I tried all of that, and then I decided to, there's a saying, you take the horse behind the back of the barn and shoot it in the head. And that's what I did with my film career, because I just got over it. I hated it. I was so annoyed of doing these little $300 jobs or working with like these big companies that inherently I just got fired from after a while because I was a shit employee. And throughout that whole time, I always wanted to be in sales. I always asked everyone, give me the headset, let me go for this, let me run for this. No one gave me the opportunity until my mate, who had been selling solar for 3 about 3 years, said he was going to go out, start his own company. And next thing I know, I'm in the car on the way out, 16-hour drive out west, rural Queensland, going, what have I got myself into at this point? And within 2 weeks, I'd made, I think, about 20 grand in commissions. And I sold about $180,000 worth of solar for a company that didn't even have a registered address at this point. And that's where I proved to myself that I could do sales for the 6 years beforehand. And with my pure inconsistency of not following through on things, I ended up going to Europe and doing that supercar job and traveling around, all expenses paid trip, which fizzled out in 3 weeks. And I found myself broke in Europe trying to figure it out in full survival mode. I ended up staying there for about 3 months, met my amazing business partner, girlfriend, future fiance, wife, my everything partner. And we traveled the world for a bit and found ourselves again kind of broke and no money in our bank accounts and navigating, traveling the world at one point. And then I find myself at my girlfriend's parents' house, even more broke, going, I don't know what to do with my life. And it was during that period I saw one video that was talking about this thing called growth operating. And that's how I found out about Skool. And that's, I guess, how I got to Skool in a very short version. Was I just did a bunch of inconsistent things, got really good at heaps of different things, but never claimed a reputation of like doing it and believing in it and staying consistent. And I knew that was one thing I had to fix when I found Skool, and I think I was able to fix that.
Nice. And how long ago was that? Was it when Skool started?
I joined Skool in January 19th, I think, is when I created my account. I kind of checked it out and did it, and then it became more serious when I saw that Hormozy photo with the hat. He sits there, and I was like, oh, there's something here, like, don't bet against Hormozy. Then I learned more about Sam, so that was, February 17th, I think, was when he made that post. So it was around that time, and I didn't really get into it properly and start climbing the leaderboards and posting and engaging every single day until about around March, April time. That's when I went into it, so 2 years ago. But Skool's been around for about 6 years now, but it was when Hormozy tapped into it that it really, really shot off and started to scale. So I'd say I've been on Skool full-time, not making money, because I said no to every job. That's my one thing was I'm not doing anything else but Skool. I started that in about, from January, honestly, but I just couldn't figure out how to make money. I just got enough money to cover my expenses.
Yeah.
So I was still flat broke zero, pretty much. And then, I really committed to it in about April is when I started to get points and build my meme communities and things from that point,
So that's April 2024, to be specific, yeah?
Yeah.
Because that's when Hormozy really started talking about it, yeah. Cool. That was my next question to you, actually. What was the moment you realized Skool could be your main thing?
I think it was around that time I was sitting on a train and I was heading to like this business partner's house that I was working with at the time. And I was like, this is something to do with these points things. Like, you get points when people like your comment. I'm doing a lot of them. And like, it was like that weekend that I just started to go and engage a lot. I think I got like 160 points in a day, and that put me like very close to like 8th or 9th on the 7-day leaderboard. And I was like, well, shit, it's not that far to go to number 1 on the 7-day leaderboard. So like, let me just wake up and keep doing it. And it was that same weekend that I created my GIF community, the meme one. I created it on April 19th, and it was kind of like that month of April that I started to engage a lot more and connect. And I created the GIF community, and Sam Ovens joined it on 4/20 in April and started paying me $1 a month because I had built these connections between people pretty quickly. And that when I made that connection to Sam, I think when I had got asked that question, that first thing of becoming like a bit more of a regular person in the community, because I never had my own community. And then I started this community for $1 a month. I'd made some meme posts and things. I spoke to Goose, and Goose was like, just do it, man. Just create this thing. That's when it got serious. And by serious, I was doing the complete opposite of what I should have been doing. The whole point of the community was to mock building communities, because I was, why build something for free when you can get paid for it? I had all these beliefs that were so wrong compared to like what I do now. That was the moment where I really started to figure out that I could engage and talk to people and connect with them and start to make money. Even though it was $1 a month, it was the proof that this thing actually works. And then that's when I made those first connections to not speaking to someone and someone joining, like getting that traffic in. Like all of the beliefs started to really hit in that month of about April and transitioning into May. That's when things really started to take off. And I think it was about June or July when it really hit. Like when I did the main part of it, which was I just watched everything, and I got my first main client, which was Evelyn Weiss, to help with retention. So like I learned so much in 6 months. Nice. I didn't make my first $1,000 client or anything until I think it was like July 1st, like June 28th to July 1st was like when I got Nate Belmar with Anime Shreds, Daniel Illis with Viral Coach, and Evelyn Weiss. All three came through. And I was probably at the lowest point in my life. I was almost about to break up with my girlfriend. I was taking space. I was at my parents' house at this point, and I just took the Sam Ovens outreach strategy, I put everything on my about page, just got really dialed in on my outcome, decreased churn by up to 50%. I sent 6 Loom videos, and I woke up to $3,000 the next morning, and I was like, oh my God, like I felt like a millionaire. When you like you finally do something. Yeah. I was like, oh, this is what this is meant to be like. And that from that point on, I haven't missed a day.
Amazing, man. This is a great story. I mean, getting to a point where you're about to give up and then something hits, that's like such a big sigh of relief. And you're like, yeah, finally this is working. Now I know what my purpose is. It's incredible, man. What was the thing that really shifted the needle for you? And what were the beliefs that you had before that weren't making it happen for you? So if you can walk me through your Skool from 0 to first 10K a month, what actually moved the needle, and what were the beliefs that you had before that you now admit they were wrong, and what made it shift the needle for you?
The biggest needle shifter wasn't a business process or anything. It was a mindset thing. So when I was young, when I was about 9, 10, 11, 12, I was a top level cyclist here in Australia. And I had so much grit, like so much determination to win and to compete. And every time in business, I never had that. It was this like mental unlock. I always thought about it for years. Like, how do I tap into that, but with business? And when I figured that out, that I just needed to mentally focus on like, what does the physical thing look like? Sit in front of the computer, focus, don't get distracted by tabs and different things. Just ride the fucking bike. Like, just do the thing that actually helps me get there. And when I started to tap into that mindset of like pure grind and hard work, like I became the best version of myself. And the thing is, I've done that a few times. I've become the best version of myself. And then like complacency and different things have kind of come in. Like I've had to fight, the outside world as I've done it. And I've been there a few times. Now I'm very much in that process, even after 2 years down the line. But it was the mindset shift of just needing to like tap into that older version of myself, that literally the young version of myself is 12 years old, worked harder than I do today. And so I had to figure out, how do I get myself to work harder than that person? Because I should be able to work harder than a 12-year-old kid did on a bike. I just get to sit down and tap keys on a laptop. So it shouldn't be that hard. So it was just pure consistency that really changed what I did. So that was probably the first thing. And the second belief that I changed was that I always had to be paid for what I put out into the world, because that's what I'd come from. Why would I shoot a job for free? Now, naturally, when I first started photography, I did do shoots for free. And then by building a portfolio, I got clients. But then I thought, because I'd work with Diary of a CEO, which I never used, I never told anyone I really did that. I never used my previous experience to get jobs, but I always thought if I'm doing something for someone, I should be getting paid. Like I'm 24 and I'm experienced and I can do good things, but I should be paid for it. So my one belief was like, I was honestly like, fuck free communities. And that's what I always thought. And then I was sitting in the Skool HQ. I remember writing it on a whiteboard when I was with Sophie. I was like, we need a free community, because what I saw happening was my paid community I had at the time, which I can't remember what it was, but I had school.com-paid. That was the URL. And I was teaching, it was like school stuff. And I had like 200, 300 visitors. And I realized my whole audience is sitting in Skoolers, the Skool community, the Skool games community. Everyone's there and they're viewing it. It's not really converting. Something's not going on. But I'm like, everyone that's viewing this, I can't capture them. And I despised using any other platform. I still am only purely using Skool. I've got a YouTube channel, but I haven't posted on it for like months at this point because Skool just works for me. And I had school.com-paid, and I'd told people for about 4 weeks prior that they could have school.com-free. And I was like, the free community, free community, free community. I'm sitting in the HQ because we'd just won the Skool games. We won it with a client first, and we won it by ourselves. And we're sitting there, put on a whiteboard. I'm like, we need a free community. I was like, oh my God, school.com-free. Like, I'll just use that URL and build the free community. And I had 100 members within like 2 days or 3 days of like launching that. And that was the big thing that really changed it for us, was like doing a 10K, the proper 10K Australian I'd hit, I think, just before this point, but 10,000 US dollars, like the pinnacle of the 10K a month that we were all told about online. I hit that after I created that free group, because it gave everything away for free, and then people could join my thing for free. And the difference is I now know I wasn't sat in this position where I couldn't promote to my biggest audience. I own my audience, so I could promote what I wanted to do to them. And that was where it was. Plus, the other things of upping my price. I went from $1,000 to $5,000, and I changed those things. And that helped me get there in that month period. And I believe after I did the free group, there was a webinar that happened. And this is why you put so much time into what you do. I think you create more opportunities. There are things based on luck and stuff, but I was staying up for this webinar. This was what happened when I went from like the 10 to like I didn't just do 10. Like I think we did close to like 35 or 40 in the month of November, which was on the back of the Season of Madness webinar. I tried to stay up. I tried to stay awake for it. I fell asleep. And Sam mentioned me a few times in this webinar, and I was asleep, and everyone's like, where's Ryan? Where's Ryan? Where is he? Because I'd built so much good rapport with everyone that I know on the platform that at that point, I woke up and I had messages galore, and I just went on a sales spree. And that they took us like 35, 40K like in a month, and it blew our minds. And yeah, so that's kind of how I got there. Was those two belief shifts. It was just like getting that pure grit out of myself, and then also losing that feeling of I need to be paid for everything, and really buying into the Hormozy thesis of give everything away for free and sell the implementation. So really seeing those two things work is what helped us scale as hard as we haven't been able to do.
This is so eye-opening, man, because a lot of people think that they need to get paid for everything that they do. They don't want to share anything for free. They just want to give, nibbles, just little things here and there, but they want to get paid, and without actually giving goodwill, without getting goodwill from people. But you cracked it, man. That's amazing. And what did you do that most owners are too lazy or scared to do, other than putting yourself out there and giving stuff away for free, giving a lot of value, and just selling the implementation? What was the other thing, or if there is any other thing that you did that other people are just too scared or unwilling to do?
One thing that I do a lot of, that I even ask people to do, is ask more questions, ask more from people. Because what I find, because we work with a lot of community owners, they hop on group calls with me. One-on-one calls are fine, but group calls, I sometimes have to sit there and go, you're paying me money. Why are you not asking me questions? Like, I've left a lot of calls saying, when you come to the next call, abuse me, abuse my calendar, take my time and do that, because everyone jumps into these calls and they're so quiet and they don't ask questions and they don't ask for things to happen. I spent my whole time on Skool just being like, hey, do you want to hop on a podcast? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? So I created all of these opportunities because I asked for it. I hop on a group call. If I need to ask a question, I ask the fucking question. I want to understand something. I want to know something. I ask for it. And so I think a lot of people don't do that. And I do that at scale. I'm always asking for things. I ask for a lot of feedback. I ask for all the things that would scare a lot of people. I'm like, hey, what is wrong with what we're doing? Give me the feedback. I've had feedback from clients on calls that are recorded that I post. Like, I'm not fearful of that because it helps me make a better product. I want to step into the thing that is scary in business. It's just like, it's just words at the end of the day that help you become a better person. So I'd say that was probably the biggest thing that I did, was I asked for it. And I follow up a lot. Like, I'll ask Sam if he wants to hop on a Zoom call, like, a lot. Not saying that people should just go and message Sam and ask to hop on a Zoom call. I build a relationship with him. But I'll reach out. Like, if I was trying to get on a podcast with you and talk with you, I'd reach out and, can we do this at this time? No, I'm busy, 2 weeks. I'll hit you back up in 2 weeks. Like, I will still be there until you're telling me to fuck off. And that could be something that's benefiting me, benefiting you. It doesn't matter what it is. People need to go and ask for more things in their life. I've had people fly out to my house, sit in the same space as me, and barely ask me more than 3 questions on how they should grow their school. And it blows my mind. I'm like, I do this 24/7. I can help you, and you have more. You've only got me for 5 to 10 minutes on a group call max with individualized attention, versus you're in my house and you're building the thing that you're literally my member and paying me money, and you're not asking me more questions and going, hey, Ryan, can we get up at 9 a.m. in the morning? We're going to go grab a coffee. And then after that, I want you to review this, and this. Like, people just don't ask those things at all. And then I literally have to say it to them. And I say this all the time. Why am I doing that? Why am I working more than you, asking more questions, asking for more people's time than you are, doing all of the things that you should literally be competing me at to build your group and to do what you're doing? And I'm telling you how to do it faster, how to make it happen, and to abuse my time, and then you show up to the next call and you don't do it. So that'd be the one thing that I do that no one does. And I'll say it on this, and someone will hop on a group call and then they won't be asking that question. People just don't want to put themselves out there, or they think their question's too stupid or too silly. It's like, it's not. It's like, that question's very relevant to you.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's also a question of boundaries. They think that they don't want to abuse those boundaries. They don't want to go too far and seem like they just want to abuse you. It's almost like maybe an ego thing, right?
But you don't know what the boundary is until you find it. That's all I do. I always find the boundary line. Is that electric fence on? Go touch it. Then you'll find out. Oh, it's not on. Oh, okay, we can climb over.
Curiosity killed the hat.
No, 100%. It's like, go and ask. Or someone goes, oh, hey, I don't like this. I'm always doing it. I've been modded a lot. I did something in a group call the other day that I got a message for him, was like, ask me not to do that or talk that way or whatever. I'm very direct. I'm very abrupt. I care for a lot of people, though. I care, and I ask things in a certain way. And sometimes I might be a bit of a dick. But it's like, at least have the balls to tell me, and I respond to it, and I'm not a dick then. I'm just going, oh yeah, sure, I probably was a bit of a dick. I take a lot of extreme accountability, but I don't know what that line is until I find it. So I'm very curious. I'm very interested in going, am I pushing this too far? Yeah. Am I doing it? I've been hitting someone up in follow-up. Now it's a meme for me for 7 months. Because on the call, he wanted to scale his group. After the call, he's been losing retention and churn, and members have been dropping off. I know I can solve the problem. I reached out to him, and he made the commitment he wanted to do it. And it's like, I literally said to him, if this is too much for you, just at least tell me to fuck off politely, and I'll leave you alone. Now, I haven't reached out to him in probably a month and a half or 2 months, but I just make fun of it at this point, because it's like, who fucking cares? So always try and find those lines in a respectful way. You're not trying to be an asshole to people. You're not trying to do it. But it's like if someone's saying, ask me more questions, it's because I can just sit on a call and be quiet. Like, if that's what you want to pay for, but like at least ask me something.
Yeah.
Like it fuels the conversation. So yeah, I would. People need to do that, because it's like you have no idea what the boundary is because you're not even asking anything in the first place. You haven't even started the process. So also, what's there to be scared of? I can close the laptop lid and you're gone. You know?
That's it. Yeah. And also, you know, with the follow-up thing, you hit the nail on the head, man, because if you do not follow up with your clients or with your prospects that will become future clients, you will have no clients, because sales is all about follow-up. Because you're not going to close everyone on the first attempt, right? And when you keep hitting them, you keep, you know, it's like you're chipping on the wood until it finally breaks, right? If you don't do that, you will not get clients. So that skill in itself is really transformative. It can change someone's life, right? Just be relentless at follow-up. Be relentless at reaching out to people, and that's how you win, right? So you've got that skill. It's perfect, man. Amazing. Now, do you want to talk about the clients of yours who achieved those amazing results within a short span of time? Are they doing the freemium model, or are they doing a different model?
They are doing what I call the best model on Skool, which, to give context, should only be for people that have run a business before or run a community before, have some level of audience, or you have money to spend on ads. Like, you need to have a few things in place before I would say that you can purely do it. He only does YouTube direct to a Skool About page and charges $200 on the About page. There is no sales call. There is no anything. The community converts at about 4% on $200. He adds about $1,000 to $2,000 a day in MRR. He only turned on ads 5 days ago because I said to him, hey, are you running ads? Oh no, that would be a good idea. I should do that. So he's grown the whole thing purely from Loom videos on YouTube direct to the Skool About page. And the copy, we edit like 1 to 2 lines on it every week or 2 weeks. So the copy we did 6 months ago is the same copy we have today. And he just keeps creating great content and driving them and getting good sales. And the retention rate's at about 83%. It's like the perfect business.
Okay. And there's literally nothing else to it, just that. Just doing content on YouTube, driving to the About page.
Yep, that's it. And great product and 1 call a week.
Okay. And what would you attribute his success to? Is it the niche? Is it the way he calls out his avatar? Like, what is it?
The niche is, it's actually branded drop shipping. And the outcome that he promises is hit $1,000 a day with Facebook ads in 90 days. That's the outcome that we came up with him. And he's just consistent. He just makes good videos. He makes them his own. He owns a space. That's a big thing that a lot of people miss, is you need to own a space. You need to niche down. You need to own it. If you help business owners get to $10,000 a month, that is your space. There is a guy named Daniel Illis, who we used to work with, who owns the $3 million a month space on YouTube. He gets the views for it. He also gets a lot of clients that pay him big money because he talks about that space. So with the client that we work with, he just owns the branded dropshipping space. And he's not even big in the area. He's just got a very specific outcome that he helps people get. And they get that outcome. They make more money with their branded dropshipping stores, and he keeps creating good videos and runs his own stores. He just does everything that you should be doing with that specific model.
And that's really important what you just said. He owns that space. He keeps talking about just that, nothing else, because anyone who is interested in getting that outcome is going to follow him and eventually will pay him for that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Amazing. So
let's talk about freemium, man, because, you know, I see a lot of people throwing around the word freemium. So everyone is throwing around freemium right now like it's a magic word, right? But most people couldn't actually explain what it means in their business. So in your world, especially, how do you define freemium on Skool. And for someone who's never launched a community, what does your funnel actually look like from they see you on YouTube or on Skool, because you're massive on Skool. What does it look like from actually seeing you to they pay you?
So we have just switched the way that we were doing it. There's a few different ways that it happens. So number one, I'm very active on Skool as a user and a member, which is a very recommended strategy for a lot of people. The Skool network on average brings 30% of members to communities through discovery, through ads, through bringing more people on, through suggested communities. Our group gets 100% of traffic from Skool. So it's purely traffic from Skool that's there. We have also just turned on ads, but like the 11,000 people that are inside of the free group right now have all been from Skool. Like it's only been Skool growth. We're just testing to see if we can get more. So for the context of this, it's Skool as a platform. Just by being on the platform, it's bringing us every single person that joins our community. When they join the free group, the first thing I did to upgrade members to premium was I launched the premium offer like the day that tiers dropped. So the freemium is basically you have a free group and then your free members become paid members where they get access to more private calls, private classrooms, and whatever else you want to offer them, but inside the same group. So they are paid members inside the free. So they're together. You don't separate free and paid communities. You just do it all in the one. The first time was I did founding member price. So I launched it for half price off if you want to join and get access to a group call with me, which is the only group call I do at that price point. I don't do free group calls. I just do paid group calls. So if you want to ask me questions and get access to the recordings, that's basically it. That was my first push. And the secondary way, I want to shout out a guy named Jeff Lopez, who is currently number 1 in the money category in Skool right now. He reached out to me and asked if he could run a webinar for me because he'd been using webinars. And we were able to triple our MRR by running one webinar. And I believe that that is going to be the best way to ascend members from free to paid premium inside of the community. Because free members join your group and it's very hard to manage a lot. Like we get 60 to 80 people a day joining the group at the moment. It's very hard to message and DM those people. I tested that and it kind of worked. But if you can get all these people to show up to a call designed to basically say, hey, do you want to be a premium member? That worked really, really well. And so that's our whole play for it moving forward in the new year is to members join for free. They go through onboarding and different things, but they show up to that call that's designed to ascend them to premium if that's what they want to do. The reason why I like the freemium model is because if they end up on that call or they talk in the DMs or they do something, when they join that free group, not everyone has to buy. The person can look at these options and go, you know what, right now it's not really meant for me. I feel like it's too early or it's these things. And guess what? That's totally okay. We love that. The thing is they go back into the free group where paid members are getting results and the free members are hanging out, having a good time, and they can decide to join next week or the week after or the week after that. And so they don't have to at all. We love our free members that hang out and just engage. And we've got those members that are in there. We sometimes, if they're engaging and having fun, we'll just give them free access to join because it's not about the money, but for the people that want a paid outcome, they want a more specific outcome where they pay the money for it, then they would join the premium model. So Jeff is a genius at how he puts webinars together. He is on that process of launching what he's doing there. And I think being able to see it, which is the first time someone had brought me a very, like an outside perspective, outside person, not attached to like the business or anything, who was like, I want to do this for you and help you get this result. and it worked. And so we're really leaning into pushing that process to get members from they join for free, they go to the webinar, then they join the premium group from there.
Nice. So is that your only play, doing free to premium? Is there any other tier that you have right now that is working for you? I saw you doing a speed run thing. Is that the next step? Is that the cohort, or is there anything else?
Yeah, so we do 8-week cohorts with speed run. So that the main speed run cohort, I call it a speed run instead of a cohort, but a speed run cohort, we'll put it together just for this call. That works well if members want to ascend and have more of my time and more structure in terms of achieving those results, and we add in YouTube growth. So I've got a joint partnership with Jay, and he's basically me but on YouTube. So we combine that to have YouTube plus Skool for people that want higher levels of support, more access, and a separate community. But that is high ticket, and so that's a $2,000 product that they join into, which when we first did it was $1,000. We just doubled the price as soon as we went up, and we know that we're underpriced for that. Currently in the thinking stage if we continue doing that, but that does bring in a lot more revenue doing the high ticket side. Honestly, I prefer doing freemium. It's more fun. I prefer MRR. Like high ticket's awesome. You do make more money, but I'd rather honestly serve people in a freemium basis rather than even high ticket group coaching.
What doesn't appeal to you in high ticket that kind of makes you feel this way? Is it the fact that you feel the pressure of delivering results to people? Is it the time that it takes to commit to, giving access to those people? What is it for you?
I think that if I can scale the MRR side of freemium, and I know with more time with me, like naturally the results would be better, but I've been obsessing over like whether or not I need that to grow the business that I want to run. And so doing sales calls, I've been able to automate that process and have a closer and do all of those things. But I really look at like the client that we were working with, Anthony. It's just a really good business model. And for the audience of like schoolers, I know that I charge higher ticket for things, but honestly, if I could wrap everything into something that was just $99, I think that I can compete against other people that are doing high ticket. If I can get what I do to achieve ideally a similar result and better for a lower price, I can just beat more people in that space. And with high ticket, there is more levels of support that is fluffy, meaning like when I did one-on-one, I had one-on-one partnerships and stuff, and I love all the clients. I love working with them, but a lot of people that have done high ticket will have a client message them on a Sunday night, and you're just trying to take a break. They've been working so much, and you've been over delivering and all of this stuff, and sometimes that's not valued as much as you would usually assume it would be. And getting those messages from clients, like I have so much free mental space to think about delivering for a bigger group of people because I'm not assessing just one specific problem. Now with the speed run and doing the cohort stuff, that is awesome as well. But when I add that community, I'm adding an extra level of complexity to my business that I've just like, I don't know if I want that, because I always look at business, the success of business is based on how much money that you can make, but I want to, my delivery time of that has always been 8 weeks. I've really been considering how do I get that down to a one-day event where I could charge the same amount, but it's one day to achieve the same result. And so I think a lot of it has just been like the amount of time that it's been, because I used to sell, I'll work with you for a year for 5K, then I got 5K down to 6 months, then I got it to 90 days. Now I'm doing cohorts at 8 weeks. Then the next one I want to move to like maybe 4 weeks. Like I've just been reducing it ideally to get the same result. And so I'm in that process where I work a lot and I love working, but I will be able to serve my people better, not spending hours and hours on calls and serving in a delivery, but rather thinking about how do I solve this problem as an actual entrepreneur that can solve it for a massive group of people, then give them the right information and the tools, structure my calls differently, and not have to spend so much time in the business, but rather on it and actually see it grow, which is client results and us doing it. So I've just been removing the amount of client time I have, which has actually allowed us to scale our business even further. And also with high ticket, if you sell, $10,000 in high ticket, you don't get that next month, but you have to do all the delivery next month. Whereas with MRR, it doesn't just stop overnight unless you obviously get cancelled or whatever it is. But like, not everyone goes and cancels. And so it's like really working on that product. I think you can build it really strong in that way. So that's kind of my thinking around it. I don't have a specific answer, but that's kind of where I'm at with.
Yeah. No, this is really interesting. I mean, from hearing what you've just said, you've really decreased the time delay by so much, right? From 12 months to now 8 weeks. So in a way, you're trying to achieve the same outcome that you used to achieve for 12 months, but now you're doing it in 8 weeks. So that is absolutely massive. And what you're saying is you're trying to decrease that to maybe 4 weeks or even less than that. And that will free up more time.
I want to get it down to like 3 days and in person.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I want to just like shorten it as much as I can, because we're not building your traditional business. Even if you look at, when I say traditional, I mean VSL to sales call to funnel. Like, we're building communities. I want to build a profitable community. I want to be a successful community owner, not a successful online digital entrepreneur. We don't run those businesses. And I think that's what a lot of people get wrong. They have a community purely as a profit center. They don't want to connect with their people. They don't want to go to an IRL event and sit around and just talk about something that's not just building the business and connecting with people. And so I've always had that, where it's like the high ticket thing is good, but it's like your standard operating thing where it grows. Whereas I'd rather have everything be more MRR, kind of like what Hormozi's doing. Yes, it's a group of people growing their business, but I want a community aspect to it. And that's kind of what I don't like about it. It just doesn't feel aligned to run it. Whereas premium, I don't have to sit on a sales call. All my sales process is, someone's like, I need to speak to my partner. I go, awesome. Let them know. And then if it doesn't work out, no problem. Or I need to move some money around and do it. Sweet. Take your time. No stress. There's no thing, because these are just people at the end of the day that I want to connect with, that I want to be able to hop on a call with. If they want to join something or they want to buy something, they make that decision. Like, it's there. This is the outcome that we're working towards. We will help you get there as best as we can. And that's it. Like, that's the process. And so it's just about building a community without it seeming like, a lot of people just have their group where they just want people to join so they can just sell everyone. If they look at it like leads, I've got 11,000 leads in my communities, not members. And then I've, sales calls, and then sales calls become $2,000. It's not like, admins join my community and admins just become a speedrunner. They don't use names and stuff. You're just numbers on a board to a lot of people. And I don't like that. I've almost memorized, I've memorized every speedrunner's community, most people in premium, and I know their first and last name. So when I speak to them, I talk to them because they're humans that want to do it. They're investing in me and allowing me to live this. And then I'm investing my time and my thinking and everything to scale what they do so they can live the same lifestyle. So it's like, we have members, we have people, we have names of, it's like, you're a human being. Talk to those people. You're not selling them, you just help them. If they want to join. If you don't, no stress. Like, other people will. Like, because they want the outcome. If it's not right for you right now, well, then our free stuff will help you get to that point where if you want to invest, go for it. So, that's my thinking behind it. I'm pretty passionate about that side of it because...
I can definitely hear it.
Yeah. We've been able to keep the free group
definitely
good
hear the passion.
and healthy,
Yeah, I mean, the passion is 100% there. A lot of people are just in it for the money, but I'm definitely what I'm hearing is the human side of it, right? Like, you're not just trying to make money or milk money out of your leads. You're really there to help them also make money, because we're all trying to make money at the end of the day. but also make it really human and care for those people, because those people are joining your community in order to achieve a specific outcome, and you care more about the outcome than the money, and also, you know, having it be fun along the way, which is the perfect combination. Amazing to hear that, man. Such a breath of fresh air. Now, because you're the Skool guy, right? You've seen a ton of people try to copy the freemium model and just, you know, butcher it, right? When you look at the average Skool community out there, what are people getting completely wrong about freemium? Like, what does the broken version of freemium actually look like?
It's funny to go from a conversation about it being human, but like we also have to build businesses at the same day. I think we've done a good job of it, because I can see it being, to give it context, you have a free group and you make an offer. I feel like in business, like you have to offer the thing a lot. Like you have to tell people very consistently about the thing that you have, right? You have to always tell them in a way that's not like desperation, but like you should let people know that there's 3 days left to go in this thing that you spoke about last week. A lot of people just do one post. And some people feel like, am I offering too much, right? Am I telling people about the business? I mean, it seems like you're just trying to make heaps of money. Now, I've been in a sales push for about since November 10th, and I will keep going until the end of the year. I've kind of like slowed it down a bit more, but like a month and a half where almost all of my posts, I barely posted really a value post in my community from me where I write something and go, here's a cool hack. But I have what feels like to me more rapport with members, more tags, more comments than I've probably ever seen before, being like, Ryan is this and Ryan can help you with that, and this person can do this and this person can do that, in probably the most aggressive business push I've ever done. And I've launched the speed run and the webinar, so I was able to scale the premium with Sophie and the team, and the speed run do a bigger week than our last week of the last one in the first week, and keep it pushing and keep it going and have more rapport. And that's because I care about my members. I give them those things. I've brought in guest speakers, and that was my biggest thing, was how do I tell heaps of people about what I have to offer while at the same time not cannibalizing my community, being like, it's just because it's not, it's about them. It's like, hey, this is the way that I can help you get this result. You've been in it for free. I've helped a lot of people for free. I talk to as many people as I possibly can. I help in a lot of just one-on-one calls for free. I'm always doing the Unscalable delivery because it will help me in the long run in terms of growing the business. So I'd say, like, number one, people just don't offer enough. And number two, they probably just don't care enough. Like, you can do more for everyone all the time. There's always something more that you can do to help someone out, give something to someone for free. In saying that, can you just repeat the question? Because I feel like I might have gone a bit off track on that one.
No, yeah. So in a nutshell, what do people do wrong in terms of freemiums? They take the wrong take of it and they completely butcher it. What does the wrong version of premium look like to you?
This is probably a new thing I've had to really kind of correct myself on with freemium. I think that a lot of people in their free group will put, like, if they've got it, which not many of them do anyway, just a clear avatar and outcome that you get for joining the group. Like, when you join this group, you get this, right? Like, that's how you get a lot of people in. You say, this group is for schoolers that want to make $1,000 a month, right? It was like, I help you make $1,000 in 90 days. They put that for free on there. So theoretically, when you join, this free group should help you get to that point. So then they go, well, what would they want to pay me for? And so I think that a lot of free groups need to be a bit more general. It's like, well, I'm helping schoolers, and then I'm going to, inside the group, you have to have the outcome. Everyone misses the outcome. So I'm going to pay $100 a month to make $1,000 in the next 90 days with Skool. Okay, so you need to have the outcome attached to the premium. The other thing as well, it's new and it's fresh, and as well, like, I've seen that, like, webinars work really well bringing a group of people onto a call and letting them know and taking them through that process, I've found that the biggest growth I've had was with doing that process. But it's something I'm still really dialing and figuring out, and people just haven't cracked it yet because it's still so fresh, it's so new. I honestly, like, other than the fact that they probably aren't telling enough people about the fact that they've got it, you know, hey, by the way, we've got premium as well, and it helps you achieve this result, like just as a comment or a DM or a post. People aren't putting enough time into just telling people about the thing that they have to offer. Other than that, I wouldn't really know because it's still so new. And according to Skool, like, we've got one of the like highest free to premium like ascension. Like, we've got like they're seeing our group behind the scenes actually getting good like data points. I don't know what the data points are. I just had a conversation about it, and they brought that up that we're doing something there. But the real kind of free webinar to premium is honestly one of the best strategies that I've personally seen, because it helped us, you know, do wonders with what we're doing, and we're gonna really lean into that for Q1 Skool games in the start of the new year.
Nice, it's gonna crush. What is your specific outcome for your premium people? So when you hop on a call with them, do you do one-to-one calls still to ascend to premium, even though it's at $99? And what is the specific outcome for that? And what is your process for doing webinars?
Well, that's where Jeff comes in. So Jeff helps me with all of the webinars and putting them together. That's what I was probably going to say is the actual biggest factor of growth is probably leveraging community. Like, we are growing way faster than I probably ever could have done myself. Even though I have lone wolf energy, I've had to really become the wolf with a pack in that process. And so talking to people in communities and then finding cool people in communities and then bringing them into our little community, our ecosystem, the inner team, and growing that like aggressively fast and going this to this to this, that's helped us. So having someone like Jeff, like, he is undeniably a key part of our growth and strategy moving into 2026. Like, we see a lot of things happening with him on board. So I don't want to take away from his process, because I don't really know. The process that we use to get people onto the webinar is tell everyone about it. Hey, I'm doing this thing on this date at this time. Sign up, be there. Sign up, be there. We just turned on, GHL to start sending emails. I have 11,000 email lists that I never used ever once. That was the first time I ever used it. We spun up the webinar in, I think, 6 days. It's like 6 days or 7 days of promoting with emails, warming an email account, doing all of it. So we just did things really, really quickly. So yeah, like, the community growth of it was what really helped with it. I'm a big believer in unscalable delivery, being I did add a bonus of a 30-minute one-on-one call with me. So last Monday I did 11 hours of calls back to back. Like, my calendar was completely full, and then Tuesday was completely full. So I meet members more one-on-one after they join. And so a lot of people did join because they want that time with me. Again, it's not something that I'm consistently offering to the community one-on-one. I sell one-on-one at the moment, or it has been at $300 an hour, but it's going to increase and keep increasing for hourly time of my calendar. But I offered that on the webinar because naturally I know that that's what people really, really want, is my time one-on-one to look at what seems like their about page. And the outcome of premium was more attached to specific bonuses rather than overall outcome, but a lot of it is just having a more close proximity to myself and having me look at that. But it's something that we're also redesigning to have very specific outcomes and follow that process, because as much as we have been successful in growing our community we have been more successful in growing our clients' communities because we use our group as a battleground. Like, we are throwing everything at it. We test everything. We break things. We post stuff. We push that boundary line. So then we learn here, we can share and speed up the process for everyone else. So I was pretty much able to do it without the outcome, which is like my biggest thing, have an outcome. Okay. And so when you're like, what's the outcome for it? I'm like, we don't have, the outcome was that you get these things, the one-on-one thing with me, the structure of our group calls, I can just spin up a group call, hop on a call and be like, hey, if I focus on these 2 things today, would you guys be happy and excited by that process? Awesome, sweet, I've served it. I'll ask things like, it's $100 to be a premium member. If I went through this and this, would that be $100 worth of value on today's call? If I get that confirmation from everyone there, then I know that I'm solving that thing. But I know that I really need to focus on building a stronger product, more direct outcomes, even more on the results, because we just are testing so much all the time. But 2026, now that we've been doing it for 2 years, like, that's where we feel very comfortable and confident in scaling it in all the right ways, because we've been able to test it, so many different times.
Nice. So what I'm hearing is you don't necessarily have an outcome for your premium, but you've got more proximity. People can hop on a call with you. You offer them a one-to-one call. Is that like the first time, right? As soon as they become premium, you give it to them as a bonus. So that is a massive bonus for them. And they join your group calls, and that's about it. What else do you offer?
Yeah, that's about it.
And how do you fight churn? So do you find that people join your premium just to get that bonus and then churn the next month? Or what keeps them in the premium? What makes them say, do you know what? This is amazing. I really want to stay because of so and so and so. What is that thing that makes them stay? What difference do they see other than obviously jumping on a call with you?
I don't know how to put it in any other way other than me. Because I can hop on a call and someone can ask a question about whatever the hell is going on in their community, and I've seen it, been through it, tested it, done it myself, done it for someone else, done it really well for someone, fucked it up with someone else. Because I have so many data points just inside of my head, I've been able to, like, people will just stay because they want to ask that one question or 2 questions.
Yeah.
I have looked at it from that point of view, and I'm now at a point where I know, like, I don't even have a structured classroom. I don't have a course or a product or thing. And so, when everyone starts telling you that you should have this, like, I was on a call with Max Pearson the other day, and he was asking a question about an SEO-based community and how he could drive traffic into the classroom and how that works. I'm like, well, if you have an SEO-based community, you can have the community open, but make all your courses unlockable at level 1. What does that do for your community? Well, number 1, when someone joins the group, they get 2 notifications. Your membership was approved and you've unlocked the level 1 course. So it adds 2 notifications to their inbox. But if you have an SEO-based community, you can drive traffic directly to the classroom. So they see it locked, they just click join and they unlock that thing straight away as well. So you can show them that there is actually a strong course in here, and they can look through all the modules and pages and tabs. And he's like, I had no idea. That's so crazy. Like, you need to make a course. If you did, I'd go through it. And so when people like Max Pearson, who are doing so much more revenue and numbers than what we're doing, is going, wow, that's something that I can use and I want to go through your course, I'm at a point now where I probably should make one, because I've become experienced in doing one-on-ones, group calls, conversations, speaking to over 1,000 community owners, probably 2,000 at this point, like one-on-one or through group, naturally through calls, and obviously, like, probably close to 30, 40, 50,000 people through the whole thing of 2 years. Now I need to build it. So a lot of people would stay just because they want access to me on those calls. And it's building a classroom and a product is the bane of my existence because I just don't want to do it, but I know it's something that I need to get done. And that's why I've chosen at the end of this week, I have no more calls until the new year before I kind of rebrand and twist things around and build said product. Because I go, I've got 2 weeks where I don't have calls. I got to do something with my time. Yeah. I would now go and build that process. So, I don't have any other reason other than they just want to hang around and talk to me because I can answer whatever question that they have, and that's the only place to get that. So it's a scarcity thing. It'd be like you don't care what course Hormozy has, you just want to talk to him. I feel like that has been something that's happened a lot with the school so far, but I want to try and not have just that be something that we rely on.
Yeah, you're at that level where people just want to join premium so that they can speak to you and ask you that question, and hoping that they can get the answer to their problem as fast as possible. And that's proximity right there. And they're getting it for, a relatively cheap price. $99 a month is not a big thing if it solves, a big burning problem that they've been at it for weeks, right? Pay $99, especially, if more problems will arise all the time. Well, we know that with school communities, right? So if you can get an answer to one problem every single month, that is your money's worth right there. So in a way, you don't have to have a big course to attract people because it is working, but it would be kind of like the icing on the cake or the cherry on the top if you have another course to like keep people hooked. Amazing stuff.
It's more to have like what I think a lot of community owners do is they just add like more and more calls to it because they know that that's something that people want access to. And the calls are really good, but there's been a few things that I've seen where like because I'm like the mayor of Thailand in school terms, like doing these IRL events, Tony on the Goose team has done like an incredible job of it's called the CUM meeting, meaning the Council of Unified Mayors. That's like the abbreviation. And that call is only every 2 weeks that happens. And it's really interesting because there's no community for us on Skool. It's actually just a WhatsApp group where they share photos and it's just purely text-based. But the attendance rate of the people doing that, because they've got a role and something to look after and leadership in their space and they can share knowledge, the attendance rate is something that has only consistently grown. It's never been less, even with time zones. There's people, myself included, that show up at 2 a.m. just to be on the call, just to show presence. And so I've really been thinking about, how do I have less time with people and achieve the same result for them? And by taking stuff like he's done with that and looking at other people's products, I think the course is the filler where it's kind of like creating a custom GPT. Hey, we speak on this call, but if you've got more immediate questions, I've trained this custom GPT that can help you out between Thursday and Thursday until we meet again next week. So I look at the product as being something that people can join and get started with before they connect with me. So I'm filling up, they join premium on Monday, but they don't talk to me till Thursday. That's 4 days that I'm not really doing anything with them. And that's why the webinar works well, because I can onboard everyone into that group, into premium on that day, build a specific process, because it's hard with community. I've had probably 20 people want to join the community since we've been on the call. My team bring them in, but it's just like all these like little things that are happening that we need to fix. And I think having a bit more of a product and a course that someone can just start watching something with will help us further and actually help reduce time in group calls, again achieving the same outcome and result that we're looking for.
Nice. So let's say you've had to rebuild your school community tomorrow from scratch, from zero. Knowing everything you know now, how would you structure your freemium into paid ladder from scratch? Just walk me through that step by step. Free, then paid, the whole shebang.
I would start with a free community. I would turn off the calendar and the classroom tab. I'd just remove it completely, because I think you don't need it when you start. And Calvin proved this as well when he did his AI community. I really like that process that he did. and I would focus purely on growing a strong community. I like the onboarding process that Alex Hormozi is using, where it's like no questions, but rather results, which goes into this thesis that I've had called the builders community, where I don't want insane engagement in a group. I want people to learn the thing, go away and test it, then come back and show the result. Like that, I call it a builders community. So I would have it where the outcome that we're looking for is this. This is the best way that I know how to achieve that outcome. Go away and try and make that happen. Come back and share that win. And so I would just collect that as much as possible. And then and only then, once I had maybe 10 to 15 people, I'd hop on one-on-one calls with them and I'd gain as much feedback as possible. What's working, what's not working? What's the feedback? How's this all going? And then if I can solve each of those issues on those one-on-one calls, then and only then I would open up that premium group call to solve it for people, saying, hey, I have achieved this result just in the community, but if you feel like you need more support, then I would just sell premium for a one-on-one call a month and test that process. Now, that's how I would do it. If I was recommending that for someone else, same initial start process, but try and sell one-on-one and do a bit more done for you.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much how I would go about it.
And when you max out on your calendar, when it's not scalable enough, what would you do then?
Just transition it into premium or a cohort. So if you can't handle any more, then just put more people into the same room and achieve the same result. I love the challenge of having a group call because, I mean, me personally, I can just bounce between communities nonstop. It's a horse community, a trading community, a real estate community, a Rubik's Cube community. It doesn't fucking matter what it is. I'm like, bang, 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 bang. I like that. Like, it's fun. It's more challenging to run it. It's more challenging to get the result for people because you're spending less time with them, but it doesn't defy the laws of physics that we can't achieve those outcomes. So why wouldn't we do it? But yeah, like do the one-on-one. That's exactly what I did. It just took me 2 years to do it. I feel like I could do it in 30 days if I was to start again. I want to start again. I want to build a community without my name attached to it, just to prove that there is a way to really run that process. And again, this is the stuff that I want to put into a course or a product classroom, whatever you want to call it, and even restructure my own community. I want to do what Sam's kind of doing now, which is polishment and cleaning it up and shifting it around. Like I want to change the culture because I see everything that's going on in my community, all of the stuff that I've created. I know what's good and what's bad, and I've kind of just left it around just to see what actually happens. Like my onboarding process, where they end, they make an intro post, but most of my group is intro posts and a few questions, and are they moving through and getting things done? But like next year, it's about really refining it, and I think that's I would rather have less overall people but stronger community. And it's just like, so I'm just working through that whole process. But that's probably what I do if I started again. I just focus on community, remove all of the things as quickly as possible, and just start from one, grow it, get people results for free, then turn that into paid outcomes.
And that's the thing, you know, the more you do something, the more expertise you get. The faster you can do it, the more results you can get, the more problems you can solve, and you can do it for yourself and do it for other people. And that's the thing, a lot of people don't want to put in the reps, just want to get fast outcomes without actually, you know, being in the trenches. And that's a necessity. Like, you got to do it. There's no other way. There's no magic pill. There's no magic button. You click and you get fast results. You just have to do it. And be comfortable with failing and not getting results and figuring out how to do it. And then once you do it, you'll be able to do it for yourself and for other people. So it's too simple, but people really, you know, ignore it. They want something else because it's too comfortable for them.
I actually thought about having this thought last night. What if I turned off the ability to post in the community and only opened it up on like Tuesdays and Thursdays? So it like actually forced people to go away and do stuff, and the only post you could make was, it's like you make it more like a town hall, so you don't have like all this consistent engagement, because I think that engagement only really benefits the community owner when you're pushing for leaderboard points and stuff to scale and discovery. So it's good in that process, but to have a community where the only thing that they posted was on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You'd have high activity days, but the difference is that the conversation in the group happens with the comments. And so the comment threads on those posts would be very in-depth because you can ask questions about it more, and that's the only things that you can engage on until the following Tuesday or Thursday. So there's something that I'm considering really testing out as well, because there is a lot of like congruency in rhythm with people, right? Like school news was on a Monday and no one knew. Even though I saw it in the calendar like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, it's meant to be today, like tonight at like 12 a.m. It's not. They moved it to Monday. And so when someone posted, Calvin made a post about it. It's like, oh my God, it's today. I stayed up till 1 a.m. to watch the call. But like, that's that thing where it's like, it's built into the human calendar that you know that you're meant to be doing something on that day. When everything's open and you can just join, I don't think you get all that good engagement. Whereas if everyone knew that they could only post on Tuesdays and Thursdays in Ryan's community, I'd probably have the majority of people in my community on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and people can check in and they just can read posts and they can just connect with it. And you can moderate that and make it so it's like, if your post doesn't have these formats and stuff, it will be removed. It won't be there, so you can't level up. So you can have a little bit more control about how it happens. Again, I don't know if it's a good idea, but it's just, these are the things that I'm thinking about at where I'm at in my journey at this point.
Yeah, and I think it also forces good conversations, because if you only have 2 days when you're posting, you're going to have to think about the best post you can put out in those days, not just post anything, because you only have that opportunity. You don't have, it's not open for anyone, right? It's not open anytime. So you want to kind of like make the most of it. And generally speaking, when you have less opportunity to do something, you want to, have your best shot at it. And it forces good conversations and good engagement. So that's great. Now, one thing that people stress about is, if I give too much away for free, no one will buy. But if I hold back too much, no one will join. In your opinion, what absolutely has to be free inside a Skool community to make the paid offer feel like a total no-brainer, a total irresistible offer that people feel stupid saying no, to quote Hormozy directly right there?
I think if you just focus on what feels like implementation. So a really good way to put this in a free group, I think that you should share everything for free. Number one, here is a really good framework is, here is how I achieved this result. And that's what people love, the Skool team love in Skool is, for instance, here is how I made $10,000 a month, and this was my process. You gave it away for free. People can read that, take it from it, and do it. I've done it to the point where I've given out scripts people can use and processes that other people have literally used and sold people on, had conversations about with that person, then they bought from me because I was like, that's my script. Here is it. And I posted it a year ago. I've posted so much stuff for free in Skool, is a lot of my ideas and concepts. And no one does anything with it anyway, right? It helps a few people and everything. Give it all for free. Now, when you're in your free group, in your own space, if someone, for me, for example, people would be like, Ryan, can you review my about page? Or can someone review my about page? That is implementation, right? So like, that is where you need to change the behavior, change the culture of your group. You don't review their about page. You say, hey, I really appreciate you, first of all, engaging in my community. About page reviews are reserved for premium members, and we do those on Thursdays in our group calls. A better way to restructure this post would be to say, hey, what are the best practices you guys are seeing on your about page? What's increasing conversions? And let us know what it is. Because a lot of people just be like, can you do this for me? And so that's where, you're doing free implementation. And it's a great place to start and help those people out and try stuff. Like I've said to people before, just delete the VSL and add this photo. And then they've come back and given me $5,000 because it worked. But I think the value is, here's how I did this, and then facilitate the conversation. Now, other people can do it, but like, more people will engage if they have an option to, being, hey, what are the best things that you guys have seen on Skool About pages? More people can engage with that, creates a better culture. And if they ask it in that way I said before, which is, can someone review my About page? That person's just asking for free work. It's free labor. You can change that to saying, hey, like, if you want me to review that, like, we can open a one-on-one call, but that's going to be $300 an hour because the guy yesterday I spoke to paid that money and wanted his About page reviewed. So more than happy to help you out, but I'm not doing it in that aspect, that part for free. Yeah. So I'd say that's a give everything for free. I mean, I had the same belief. I was like, oh, why would I tell people how my tricks and trades and everything? It's just like, fuck it. You know, it doesn't. As soon as I started doing that, everything started working.
Because what happens is they will get stuck in the implementation and they want the person who gave them the way to do it to solve that problem for them. Because now they've invested a certain amount of time to try and make it work and they got stuck. Now, who's going to solve it for them is the person who actually did it for them, gave it to them in the first place. Beautiful. Now, let's quickly move to talk about some Skool hacks, and then we'll wrap it up. Because this call is so packed of value, man. Like, you know, you're giving it away, man. People just have to act and do it. And by the way, guys, if anyone who's interested in joining Ryan's community, it's literally skool.com/free, right? Is that, I didn't butcher it, did I? It's correct? Okay, yeah. So go check it out. I'll leave it in the comments down below. Not in the comments and in the description. It's gonna be very visible there. So anyone who's interested, check it out there. So you've used Skool way more than, you know, the average user. Most people are just posting and praying. Right now, if you had to rank them, what are the top 3 growth levers inside of Skool in order? And how does each one actually work day by day or day to day?
Number 1 is be aligned on your ICP, the avatar, that person that you help. I want to see things like solopreneur, hobby horse rider, speed cubers, right? Call out that person, that identity architecture that's there. Who are you helping? Don't do models, do bikini models or t-shirt and jeans models or women in finance, men in finance. Call out that person specifically and have a desired outcome, being the result that they want. Don't help them find clarity and guidance, right? Help the hobby horse rider win their next competition, right? Like, you want to have a result that they're looking for, and inside of that, you help them with what they need, which is the clarity, guidance, attitude, whatever it might be. So very specific. Who do you help, and do that? And you use that fucking everywhere. You put that on your About page as the first line. You do a shorter version of that on your About page in your photo, because I think all free groups should have a photo, not a VSL. So that would be number 1. Number 2, be an active leader. Show up every day. Like, there is no excuse to not show up every day. I get it if you've got families or religious values that you don't do it on certain days, for sure. But at least 5 days a week, you should be very active in your own community and join other people's communities. Not even for the point of getting more members, but by the fact that you will learn a lot more faster. You will see things that work for other people. You will naturally have more engagement. You'll have more conversations, and you need to become the identity of being a schooler. Like, become that person. I am a schooler. I am a community leader. Embody that thing. And that only happens by being there all the time, especially in the start. If you don't have an audience, if you've never built a business before, and you want to really get this going, you need to become that person. That's the journey I had to walk. And it was very true. Between January and March, I was on and off and messing around and doing it. And then when I committed, everything happened. And you see that with all the top community owners. They're all active all the time. They're always in their business. And the last one would be never stop client acquisition. Never stop trying to bring people in and work with them on a paid basis. Even when you feel like you're completely fucked in delivery, solve the issue of that, but do not stop client acquisition. Biggest mistake I ever made was stopping that process. So you always want to be reaching out to people, outreach, all of it. And when it gets hard, just keep going. because it's going to be harder when you stop doing it, because you will not have people wanting to join your groups or join your memberships or whatever it is. So I'd say those are the three things: the ICP and the desired outcome of the person that you want to work with, be an active community owner, and the last thing I was just saying that I've totally mind blanked on, but the third
never
thing.
Stop client acquisition. That's the last.
Never stop client acquisition.
And most people use Skool like a glorified Facebook group. I don't know if you noticed that. And never touch half of the features. Right? What is the one with or underused Skool feature you're obsessed with that most people actually sleep on? And can you walk through exactly how you're using it?
Use GIFs in your messages. Number one, like that's
biggest one.
Biggest one. 100%. It helps. Like, you can use it in so many different ways. You're replying to a comment, add a GIF with the emotion. Like, you add emotion and color to like your comments. You can ask people to, you know, what did you get up to this weekend? Use a GIF to explain it. What country are you from? Use a GIF to explain it. Outreach and follow-up is great. You know, like, put a time on it, like a GIF follow-up thing or whatever. Like, find what's your favorite GIF, right? It's just like, that's how I built everything. Like me personally building the brand of me before Sophie joined the business and everything. GIFs, like that was the key common denominator that's helped with everything, was that one fucking little button on Skool that I just used a lot more than everyone else. And then I realized that there's so much power in using GIFs that I created a whole community about it. Number one best feature of all time. And the best part is it's fun. It's not some like hack or some different thing. It's fun. It just makes it more exciting. And everyone uses them anyway on different apps. Just use them on Skool as well. And it will literally add more color to your glorified Facebook group.
Yeah, and people love using them, man. Like, I'll give you an example. My new Skool community that I just started, right? It was at 60 members, and we had over 200 comments on one thread just using GIFs. Right? 200 plus comments. That is insane. And at one point, because I was like driving engagement like insane. I was like you know, pushing the boundaries, trying to figure out what is really gonna crush engagement. And gifts were like number one. And getting people to talk in the comments. Like, you don't want to give everything in the post. You want to hint at it and then ask them to go fight in the comments, right? And that drives insane engagements. I'm telling you, like, we were getting with about 60 members, over 100 to 200 comments just using that. And people love to express their opinion. They love to talk about themselves. They love to express, especially with GIFs, because it's easy, it's low friction. So that is the biggest hack ever. And guess what? With a community of 60 members, how many activities we got in one day? Take a wild guess.
7,000?
5,000 plus.
Yeah. I might have watched your video.
Oh yeah, you might have seen it. Yeah, that was insane, man. Because it just goes to show you, like, once you, and we ranked. Now we're ranking 24, number 24 in money. Just doing that, just driving insane engagements.
Yeah, but also as well, like, I know the benefits of it because I had a post in Skool that's hit like nearly 2,000 comments with like 15 people. Give people a goal and something to strive towards. It was guess the number. Yeah. It was between 1 and 1,000, the number that I chose. And I read every comment of people doing it, and I replied no to every comment as well, to the point where there was like 10 people and comments were coming through every like second. It was so fast that all these comments were coming through the post. I couldn't even keep up. So I just write no every like 20, 30 comments. No. And no one got it until someone did get it. And the reward was a GIF. I think I posted a GIF of something just to be like, I was just messing around. I was like, just wasted everyone's time for that amount of thing. It was hilarious.
Dude, if the goal is just engagement, like, GIF should be your number one weapon. That's it. like, don't even sweat it. It's easy. Yeah, cool. And one big gap I see is people get members in, but they never activate. They just lurk. What have you found that reliably turns a new Skool member into someone who actually engages and eventually buys? Is there a specific onboarding flow, DM script, or event that moves the needle the most?
There's like one I'm not using it at the moment, but that's because all my members are schoolers and community owners, so naturally the engagement's higher. But one thing you can do is in your membership questions is actually ask like, hey, do you plan to be a highly engaged member? Are you going to check in from time to time, or do you just want to lurk? And so they can answer it before they even join the group and let you know, right? And then naturally you can use that against them. So it's like, if you want lurkers in there, they just want to check it out, well, like, just don't let those people in. You don't want lurkers. You want, this group's about engagement, right? And again, does everyone need to engage? No. But if you are looking for the engagement and doing that, you can just make sure that you don't have lurkers join the group from the start. So that's probably the best way to make sure that you don't have lurkers in the group. Don't let them in and ask them before they even join. So that's how you would solve that. If you have had lurkers, honestly, that's how you solve it. You just ask them at the front point. You don't even let them in the
membership
group.
Questions.
Yeah. So you just remove the fact.
Qualify. That's your first qualifier right there.
First qualifier. Ask them, are you going to be highly engaged? Are you going to be sort of engaged? Or are you going to not be engaged at all? Like, just don't let them in if you don't want lurkers. Yeah.
So as the Skool guy, Ryan, let's talk worst case scenario. If someone handed you a dead Skool community tomorrow, 300 people in there, barely any posts, 0 sales, 0 engagements, what's your 7-day or 14-day playbook to bring it back to life and actually turn it into cash?
Number one, I would just go through and check all the members and see at what point they were last active, meaning like just have a quick data scan. It takes about 5 minutes for 300 people. The next thing I would do is I would just put together a little message saying, hey, I know this community has been a bit dead for a while, but I'm looking at reviving it. Were you still interested in being a part of this community? And I would blast it out to all 300 people, and then I would make a very quick decision on whether or not I continue the group or don't continue it, because they would respond, and I would just handle it all in DMs. I wouldn't bother with posting or doing anything. I just want to know, am I wasting my time or not? So 300 members to DM should take, if you sit down and lock in, about 20 minutes. I've done 6,000 DMs in 7 hours. So it's like, and that's manual. It's like, so yeah, message all 300 people and ask them if they're still interested in being a part of the group. You're looking at reviving it. You just want to have a good understanding. If 10 to 20, maybe 30 people respond, probably just kill the group and start a new one because it takes too long to remove them. If maybe 100 people responded and they were like, yep, then I would make a post and I would go off topic and be like, I'm back, post your favorite GIF. And I would just kind of off topic and build the group and ask people questions. Hey, like, if I was to do this, what do you guys think? Would this be fun? Do you want to see what this is? Then I'd look at maybe doing a group call at some point. Like, that'd be my process. But the first thing would just be just understand if the members in that community are even looking to be a part of it. Like, a direct message to them first would be the first play to understand if you even want to go down a 7 to 14 day path or just start a completely fresh community.
Beautiful, man. We went through a lot on this call. Massive value. People got the source. Is there any final word you want to say?
I'm going to shout out my boy Chuck. We had a call. He's been on Skool for quite some time. He had an audience from TikTok join his group, 700 members, dead community. I said to him, delete the community and start fresh. And he did. So sometimes it's okay to delete a dead community and start fresh, because he started and within, I think, 24 hours had 20 to 25 highly engaged brand new members in a fresh space, and the mental load of it was high. So although you didn't revive the group, removing the group and sometimes deleting something that you had built is totally okay, because the experience on the other side will probably be highly more beneficial, and you would have had the experience in the past. So feel free to delete your group if it's not really working or it feels dead, just to tie into the other side. That's an okay thing to do. Other than that, have a lot of fun building your group. Show up every single day and make the most of it, because I think we are still so early in the school verse that we're in. It's so fresh and so new that you'd be silly not to be putting your business on this platform.
100%, man. Amazing call. Thank you so much for the massive value you shared, and looking forward to connecting again on future calls, doing, massive things. As you said, it's just the start, and we're in it until the end, man.
100%.
And it's just starting. It's going to be fun. Thank you, Ryan.
Definitely.
And I'll see you on the next one.
100%. Air shake.
Cheers, brother.